The whole of Lent is a time of preparation for Easter, and the two words we'll hear most at Easter are the words joy and peace. So Lent is a time of preparing for those two gifts. We come more immediately to Holy Week. First of all, on Holy Thursday, we have the joy of service. Every life is a call to service. People serve the community in different ways, as postman, as nurse, as teacher. And Jesus shows us service to the end, where he washes, in a very humble way, he washes the feet of the disciples. Then he goes on at the Last Supper to give us the gift of the Eucharist. His response to violence is the gift of himself. It's a beautiful way of saying that he gives us a power that overcomes the evil in the world. And he gives that power to live in us, to enable us to overcome violence and betrayal. Lovely phrase in the third Eucharistic prayer. And on the night he was betrayed, he gave thanks. Betrayal affects people in many ways, and people give thanks to give the gift of the Eucharist in response to it. Say something powerful about his life. I suppose as well, the gift of the Eucharist, every gift is meant to make us feel good about ourselves, make us feel special. And the gift of the Eucharist is given to us to know our own dignity, our own worth. So his service of the washing of the feet was also to give to the disciples a sense of their own greatness, their own value, their own preciousness. And to give them, because every gift causes a sense of wonder as well, to give them a sense of wonder at what God gives and how God works in their lives. Good Friday reflects really on the death of Jesus, and death can have different effects. Death can be a healing event in a family, it can draw people together. Death can be difficult. Good Friday says death is victory. I suppose death is victory for people who live for a purpose, who live for a cause. And Jesus lived to tell us about his Father. He lived to tell us what love is all about. And he spent himself in that way, and he lives that way and he dies that way. So his death is victory. And it is also shown in the fact that what conquers on the cross is love. He dies nailed hands and feet, helpless. He's carrying the wounds caused by others. But what prevails is the love that forgives, the love that reaches out, the love that is patient. So we call it Good Friday because what wins out is not violence or betrayal or crucifixion, but it's the victory of love. It's also, I suppose, saying that, to change other people's minds about anything, we have to start by being helpless. We can't make people change their minds. And Jesus became helpless on the cross, nailed hands and feet, to change our minds about God, about life and life after death, and about the meaning of life, the meaning of love, and how to cope with things like betrayal, injustice, unfairness in life. That's his response to that, is to live it in love and turn that into a prayer, and that becomes his victory. So Good Friday is Good Friday because of that. I suppose also is the call to follow in his footsteps, to follow with him, to be with him as part of the journey, so that we allow him to be with us in our struggle and to allow him to be with us in our victory as well. We look at life as a journey in faith. We celebrate birth as we do at Christmas time. We celebrate letting go, which is part of life, and Holy Thursday. We remember our little deaths on Good Friday. And on Easter Sunday we celebrate new beginnings. Life is all of these. And new beginning is new beginning with life with God. And the Easter Sunday would say, first of all, that God is the God of life more than anything else. And so to be with God is to be alive. The closer we are to God, the more alive we are. And the way that the Sunday readings for Easter Sunday talk about is in terms of joy and peace. The two terms that Jesus would be found very rich. Anybody who has been to the Holy Land will know the word shalom is the normal greeting. And shalom means a blessing in all of your life, on your family, on your relationships, on your friends, on your work, on your recreation. And blessing somewhere brings unity to life, brings solidarity. So Jesus comes to bring that unity with God and with one another through his death. He also brings joy. And joy is really, it's God's gift to those who are in tune with him. We can't nail it down and earn it. Joy is a gift of God to us. So Easter Sunday is about the joy of a new life, the peace that Jesus brings. Maybe it's seen most of all in the story of the two disciples on the road to Emmaus, where the healed wounds no longer hurt. Jesus risen, he carries the wounds, but they're no longer hurting. And part of life is that we rise above the woundedness of life to a new beginning. And I suppose important in our own time that we're living through various kinds of struggle, difficult times for a lot of people, and facing a tough reality and uncertain future, to know that in the end life prevails, goodness prevails, hope prevails. And if we have a starting point of a thanksgiving for what we have, that's the best guarantee we'll conquer whatever we have to face. So it offers us the hope in our struggle that victory will come if we have the faith and the right disposition in facing the reality before us.